Working as a contractor, there's a variety of skills that you have to have. Not only do you have to be good at what you do, you have to be able to be personable and build relationships with your clients, but you also have to maintain a good sales flow. So today I want to talk about what is the best way to stand out as a contractor and what I think is valuable for anybody in the industry of construction. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So the very first thing I want to talk about is a little bit about what brings this to my mind. And it all kind of comes down to, I have a home warranty on my property. Now, the reason I did this was that it's cheaper to have that for the time that I'm going to be there. So we had a problem pop up and we had to reach out to the home warranty in order to get service for the issue. Now, I don't know if you've ever used a home warranty, but generally how this works is you pay them your money. So in our circumstance, it's $9 a month. And then once you have a claim, they'll say you need to talk to XYZ company to schedule service and get everything dealt with. Now, when I go to call said company, the issue I ran into was nobody answered the phone. And okay, no big deal, leave a voicemail. A day goes by, nothing. Okay, call them again, nothing. Call the home warranty company gets them to call me, and then boom, now we're working. The issue I have with this though is, if I was just a random customer calling for this contractor to do service on my property, by not answering the phone, they're risking losing hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of repair work. So I think that the very most important thing above all else in the industry of construction is when somebody calls, answer your phone. And the reason why is if you don't answer your phone, the next thing that person's going to do is hang up, go back on Google, and they're going to call the second guy. And if that guy answers the phone, guess what? He gets the work. So as a contractor, it's very important to make sure that you either have your phone available all the time, or if you're too busy to answer the phone, it's very important to make sure that you have systems or people in place that can answer the phone, or at least get the conversation started, and then you can follow up down the road. My example is I'm trying to get work done in my home, but let's just say that I'm trying to get a project started where it's a little bit more complicated. Maybe if I have a sales person in the building or like a customer service rep and they answer the phone, but they don't quite know the technical jargon or anything to that effect. By them just simply answering the phone and getting the conversation started, me or somebody else can follow up who can get a little bit more specific with the technicalities to bring everybody up to the same pace. The other big thing when it comes to any contractor is not price. People will all the time talk about, I want the cheapest guy. No, they don't. They want somebody who's personable and that they can get along with. Generally, by answering your phone first and having a good reason for why you set your price the way that you set your price, or having a good demeanor about yourself, you'll usually be fine. But if you don't answer your phone, guess what? You're gonna have a lot of problems. So going back to the home warranty situation, the home warranty company answered their phone, and that's because they realized the value in answering their phones. The other issue that we ran into with this particular contractor is there's no expectations that are being set. Now, when you're doing service work, or if you're working on somebody's house, it's very important to make sure that you set expectations and a good timeline. Now, in this particular project that we had, we needed to get the utility company to come out and mark all of their service lines. Super normal. Anytime you do any digging in our state, I'm pretty sure it's the entire country, you have to get the utility company to mark power, telecoms, gas, all that good stuff, right? So they mark only the power. They didn't mark any of the other stuff, which kind of slowed us down. But the expectation was not set that they needed to know where that was. They only said, hey, we're going to have them come out. They marked the power. I didn't know what they put on the ticket, but they marked the power. They got there and they said, hey, gas is not marked. We can't do any work. So the problem is that they said we would be good to go based off of because I called them and said, hey, you only have power marked. Is that going to be enough for you guys to do your job? They said, yeah. They show up and then I get told on site, no, we can't do our job. The problem comes into play of, well, I took off the day, right? So as a contractor, it's very important to make sure that you value the homeowner's time, because a lot of times when you're working on their property, guess what? They're not working. They had to take off work. They had to somehow finagle time to be there while you're there to do whatever you have to do. So by setting clear expectations and having a solid game plan, that is an amazing value add that'll separate you from additional clients. or contractors. So by saying, hey, I will be here Tuesday at 8 and this is what we're going to do. Is this already in place? You call them on Friday or Thursday the week before, verify that everything is where it belongs and what's going to be needed, so that when Tuesday rolls around, you're good to go. You get in, do what you got to do, get out without any problems. All may be incredibly simple stuff, but these small little details can make huge impacts when it comes to your customers, as well as actually closing a lot of these sales. I cannot tell you how many people have reached out to me saying, well, this company over here didn't answer the call or doesn't know what they're talking about, or maybe they're booked out 4 weeks. We don't know what to do, but you answered your phone, so we're going to go with you. I've also had plenty of them where I was the most expensive bid, but because I articulated and basically step by step walked them through exactly what's going to happen, they decided that they wanted to stick with me. So if you're a contractor, all of these things are really, really simple, small things, but they can make a huge difference to your business. As a consumer, it's very important to make sure that you vet whatever contractor you're hiring, because if they're not willing to do the small things right, the big things, such as an installation, they're less likely to do correctly. Now, it's also very important to make sure that whenever you're vetting a contractor, you look to see, are they licensed, are they insured, bonded if necessary, and what's their timeline looking like, and what's their policy for change orders. Nothing drives me more crazy than when a contractor puts in a stupid low bid anticipating they're going to run into change order issues, and then it ends up being the most expensive bid because they're like, oh, we found this problem, oh, we found that problem, oh, here's this problem, and it just progressively gets worse and worse depending on what's going on. So if you found this informative, if you found this useful in any ways, hit that like button, hit subscribe. I have more videos posted every day on the world of well and septic, and I look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow.